and intros are just in there. We're actually going to start off by talking about the design of this phone. So basically, I didn't want to talk about the design here, and pretty much we have stereo speakers on the top and bottom. So basically, you can flex to your friends that you can rickroll louder than their rickroll, which is pretty awesome to me. And also, yeah, you basically just go ahead and boom content louder than anyone else can. You also have the triple camera setup on the back with your flash, the Xiaomi at the bottom, and also, yeah, got a pretty nice display on the front, but we'll go over that more in the, in the display section. And also, yeah, so basically, what a lot of people were concerned about with this phone was these weird edges on the side. Honestly, these do not bother me whatsoever. I actually quite like these, to be honest. A bit weird for me, but like, yeah, I didn't actually expect to like these, but I actually ended up really liking these like weird corners. I don't know why. They actually feel quite nice to like flick off the edges. I don't know, it's me. I really don't know what I'm up to. But yeah, as I was talking about the display section, basically we've got a 120Hz display, which means the animations are absolutely schmoving. And and also there is an in-display fingerprint scanner, so that's pretty cool if you ask me. And also I have got to mention, the colours on this phone are beautiful. Like, they are amazing. I'll go ahead and show some B-roll now, but like the color accuracy, I don't know if it's actually the color accuracy itself, but the colors are really vivid. They're just like, they're great. This is actually an absolutely amazing display on the Xiaomi Mi 11, and yeah, it's a schmoving nice display. Oh god. So one thing that is pretty much a direct impact of the display is the battery life. So the battery life sort of goes hand in hand with the display, and as you know, we have a 120Hz Quad HD Plus display. So, as you can probably guess, it's going to be pretty hard on battery life. But actually, this phone does a really good job. I'm not going to go over like what the milliamp hour is, because really that doesn't actually matter that much. It's really what you actually get out of real world usage and how fast it takes to charge. So, we're going to move on to the cameras now. So the cameras, if you didn't know, are actually 108 megapixels. So this big fat sensor on the back, this one, is actually a 108 megapixel camera, which is crispy. I'm telling you now, 108 megapixels, if you didn't know, is basically the megapixel is a million pixels. So you're getting 108 million pixels if you capture this at like its fullest, biggest range, I guess. So there's actually a mode called the 108 megapixel mode, and if you go in there, you can actually get 108 megapixels, which is just ridiculously higher. It's completely insane the amount of like quality you can get on those. You can zoom in really far in without actually using a telephoto sensor, and yeah, you can get some pretty stunning detail, even if it's like pixel binned, which is where like you basically it takes up less storage, and you get a pretty crispy photo. So yeah, even without in the 108 megapixel mode, this would actually capture a lot more than the average phone would in terms of detail. Another perk of this is you can use everyone's favorite mode, or 8K mode. Now this will absolutely crunch your storage like the Cookie Monster crunches on cookies. There we go. But yeah, your storage will be gone instantly. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. But you know, why not have it? You know, 8K it's the future, and you know, I don't care if my storage is going. I'm just whip open the camera app. Let's get some 8K video. Oh yeah, let's go. I guess we are actually going to touch on which cameras are which, because you know, this one's the imposter. But yeah, this basically the top left camera is actually the 108 megapixels camera. It's got like this little like silver ring, I guess, around it. And so yeah, you can pretty easily tell this is the most premium of all the cameras. It's got its own little bump, because bumps what makes stuff unique. And also it's got a silver ring inside of it. So yeah, you can pretty easily tell that this is the 108 megapixel camera. But underneath that there is a ultra wide camera. I believe it's 50 megapixels. I'm pulling that number off the top of my head though, so I might be wrong. The ultra wide's nothing that special. But the other camera, the macro camera, is not special at all. I'm sorry, macro, but you're just not. Actually, that feels bad. But yeah, macro. Macro is probably one of the most useless cameras. Okay, I feel like I'm just slating a macro camera here. when you have nothing to roast, you roast a macro camera. But yeah, the macro camera here it's alright. It's a pretty good macro camera, to be honest. But as everyone in the tech community says, they would much rather prefer, you know, you actually go with a decent like telephoto or something than a macro camera, because macro cameras are just like a bit of a waste of having a camera. You might as well just have 2 cameras. But since companies want to have, like, you know, all these fancy marketing techniques, they always slap a macro camera or a depth sensor on there just to make it look like it has an extra camera or something like that. So that's quite annoying. But yeah, we do have a macro, a main, and also a ultra wide. So that's pretty cool. And also I did want to mention one of my favorite features in the portrait mode, which is variable aperture. So if you guys are like photo nerds like me, I guess, basically you will know that aperture changes like the amount of blur in your photos, so it can look dead, you know, just like, you know, yeah, you know. But yeah, basically blur is just like, aperture just changes the blur in the background and also lets more light into the sensor. So you can basically sort of make this up in the software of the Mi 11, which is like the variable aperture portrait mode. So you can go ahead, basically go ahead and click a little button, and there you go. You change the aperture, and you can just go ahead and switch it from, I think, like f16 to f1. And yeah, it's a pretty cool feature. So basically you can make your dog just look infinitely better than anyone else's dog, and then you can just slap that photo on Twitter and say your dog's better, and people will believe you. And yeah, about that portrait mode feature, that is actually made up in software, so that's actually what we're going to talk about next. So software, if you didn't know, this phone is running on MIUI, which is basically Xiaomi's like own software skin, and MIUI is actually a really, really good software skin. I have to say, I actually really, really love it. MIUI, I actually genuinely didn't think it would be nearly as good, and I think it's very underrated. Like, MIUI 11 was alright, MIUI 10, you know, it wasn't that great, but I think people associate MIUI with being like the olden days MIUI, where it just wasn't that good, with like tons of ads and things like that. But you know, MIUI 12 is a pretty massive improvement, and yeah, I actually am really enjoying MIUI, and honestly, it might be one of my favourite Android skins. I know that's a big claim, but I just really do like the software on this. Everything's really customizable. You've got a themes app where you can go ahead and change your themes to some questionable anime wallpapers. Yep. Don't ask me, go ahead and look them up yourself, because I'm not looking at that. Well, unless it's Dragon Ball. But yeah, in terms of like actually what it feels like, it's a really fluid and quick software skin, which is my personal favourite. I always find with like iOS and also One UI that they're very clunky feeling. Now that's just personal preference. That might just be me hallucinating for some odd reason, but yeah, and I've never really actually like lived with one of those phones for 30 days, so I might have different opinions but when I actually use them. But yeah, and personally I do think this is faster feeling than the likes of One UI and also iOS, but that's up to you. You guys can go ahead and disagree with me there. I might be totally wrong, but yeah, there we go. Another thing that comes with software is optimizations within gaming. So gaming I've been doing a lot of, I'm not gonna lie. That's where I've been for the last month, gaming. I'm sorry, I really am sorry. But yeah, it's pretty much, this phone is absolutely excellent for gaming and multitasking. And yeah, it does get a bit hot, but it's not that hot. So yeah, I've been playing games like Dragon Ball Legends, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. If you play games like Genshin Impact on the highest settings, it only gets like warm. It doesn't actually like start bugging out. And actually, if you play Genshin Impact, I saw a video by Frankie Tech. If you play Genshin Impact on the highest setting, and you also can play it with iOS on the iPhone 12 series, basically you're actually going to get the iPhone 12 is going to throttle its performance down to keep the temperature down, but the Mi 11 is going to like sort of go a tiny bit warmer, but it's going to be much more playable. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a phone to play games, this is not a phone to sleep on. It is amazing. Snapdragon 888 is just an absolutely excellent chip, and it'll get you where you need to go, and it really does feel like you're using a flagship. All my friends are like, damn, that is smooth, whenever I show them my phone. And literally, they love poking my phone for some reason. My friends are weird. Sorry, friends, if you're watching this, but you are pretty weird. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, talking about getting hot, this video has been pretty hot, if you ask me. Oh god, okay, never mind. I mean, like, the contents inside the video have been, you know, so make sure to hot that subscribe button Help me. I am so terrible at this. I don't know why you guys watch me, to be honest. But yeah, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That's been the Mi 11 review. Hope you guys have enjoyed. A lot went into the making this video, and I also lost my SD card yesterday, so that was some next level stuff. And yeah, so if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to like, comment, and if you did actually really enjoy this, make sure to slap that subscribe button. If you do leave a dislike, tell me why. I always am looking forward to improving my videos. I know there's been a lot of jokes in this video, so maybe you want less of them, but you know, it's up to you. And yeah, basically, just let me know. I'll catch you next one. This has been Tech R Us. This has been the Xiaomi Mi 11. And yeah, catch you next one. Also, I might be getting a OnePlus 9 soon. Just, you know. But yeah, bye-bye.